Like the opposite of straight.
Yeah. I can't bring this with me.
It's like, this is going to be a hassle.
I have to be here in my room to listen to it.
This is not convenient.
So I wonder how many people spin vinyl with their headphones.
Probably not too many.
No, I don't know.
Everybody's always talking about DAX,
DAX, yeah. Most people seem to be solid
It
state.
simplifies things sort of in a different way.
Well, and complicates them tremendously in
yeah,
another direction.
but a different way.
Well, it ain't portable either.
Not really.
You're not going to take a turntable with you
I mean, you
to a
could.
hotel room.
You could.
But it is a little curious because vinyl's sort of having a resurgence to some extent. And
Big time.
people seem to like vinyl, but why is it not really used with headphones?
First of all, it's correct that it's to a big extent because the guys that make the turntables can't make them fast enough. So it's a pretty big extent. Not only that, good luck finding used records nowadays that are less expensive than they're way more now because the demand is higher.
Prices on some of the stuff is really going through the
Stuff is
roof.
getting harder to find.
Well, and it's hard to find stuff that's in good. You want perfect condition.
Yeah. Like I look
Ideally.
for like near mint or stuff like that. To find one that's sealed from the 70s is kind of difficult to do. But anyway, bottom line is, I mean, I think you brought up some points with, you and me both own turntables and speaker systems and headphone systems. So we kind of know how it plays on all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, cleanliness is very critical.
Of the record.
On headphones especially, Because, due to the more intimate nature of headphones, every pop and any kind of hiss or buzz or anything gets more annoying than on speakers.
It is a problem. You're really listening near field, so to speak. So any surface noise from the record that picks up, obviously. So you need a lot of water. Keep it wet and damp.
Yeah, because I tried headphones on my turntable and your turntable was like so much quieter, like the and tracked better than mine. You had a better cartridge. So.
Yeah, I mean that matters too. If you're that's
surface
true.
noise was.
If you're using a lower cost turntable or something you bought for a few $100s, and don't expect that to be stellar. Well, it's just not going to work. But I mean, that's one of the things. But on speakers, because you got a room and crossovers and all that stuff that filters this information out.
When you're further away.
Yeah, you're 8 to 10 feet or more away from the source of music. It's not so bad. Yeah.
Well, it's still a problem, obviously. But
I mean,
to a lesser extent.
Compared to solid state, you probably wouldn't want to you wouldn't want to listen to turntables.
No, why would I?
Your headphones.
It takes up a lot of space.
Yeah.
You have to have physical media.
Yeah.
If a new thing comes out, you got to buy it and get it, store it, deal with it. And if you think, well, I want to listen to this thing, you got to go get it, put it on, find the track.
It's true. It's not like streaming.
And then if it gets dirty or things, you got to do maintenance and clean
There's
things
like a whole
and whatnot.
ritual cleaning it
It's a
off
very different
every
thing.
time.
Yeah, it's not Tidal, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But it depends on the kind of listener you are.
Yeah.
If you just want to sit down for 20 minutes a week and just plop something on and then that's all you have, this isn't the one, right? But if you want to have a bit more of an experience, maybe you have older stuff, you want to get it in a bit closer to the original intent, I guess. You don't want to bother with all the remasters and stuff like that. Maybe it makes more sense.
I know one thing to do to help solve the problem.
Oh, yeah.
Tubes.
I mean, that could create a whole different can of worms.
Prima Luna just came out with this, what the hell call it? Evo 100. It's a tube, all tube phono stage, which I guess is rare. Usually, I guess somewhere they use solid state. I guess for the input stage, I don't know, but because they need so much gain.
Yeah, and it uses different tubes for the moving magnet and moving coil.
Yeah, and they separate like the input tubes on that to quiet it down. So anyway, Upscale Audio had a cool video on it. They just got them in, and I'm getting myself one. So I'll let you. I'll let you know how it sounds. Yeah, I'm gonna
see if it does it.
I want all tubes, and I'm gonna try that on headphones and see what happens.
Yeah, because I mean, you have both right next to each other, so it's easy for you to go to headphones and speakers.
Right.
Do you ever use headphones?
Yeah.
With vinyl?
Not currently,
Yeah.
because I'm running a solid state. Well, I gave it to you, but I was running the PS Audio solid state phono stage.
Well, so we don't know if this is going to help.
Yeah, well, we're going to find out.
Yeah.
I think it'll help on my speakers too.
Well, it
Quite
should.
frankly.
It should.
I could tell already that my cartridge needs tubes.
I guess that's the other big difference is like if you don't want to think about all the changing cartridges and all that. Well, yeah, it's way easier just.
Well, that's why I got one of these because you could take the cartridge head right off and pop another head on and change a cartridge in a minute. Not even a minute.
Do you need to change the cartridge a lot or something?
Well, you can use like different cartridges for like old school rock and roll. Like AC/DC probably won't play well on my Yonami Red, but like what's the Grotto one? What was the one that there's a couple of them out there.
I mean there's stuff that people suggest.
What's the one that I wanted to get? The
Denon?
Denon, yeah, whatever the hell it was. It's been out for 100 years. They still make the same cartridge as Denon one.
Oldie but goodies.
Yeah, I got to get one of those. It's only a few $100s. Only. In cartridge world, I know people aren't into turntables. You could spend $10,000, $20,000 on just the cartridge.
It's a little steep.
It's a little steep.
And they are fragile, so you can break them.
Yeah.
So,
luckily, you probably got to send them to Japan to get fixed, though. Anyway, these are obviously. But here's the plus. See, here's the plus about vinyl to me, is that it's a different medium that you can listen to the same music on, and it will have, because of all of this, it'll have different attributes, and so I don't know. In some respects, it's not as boring. In some respects, it's just not as boring. It's different.
But there is one big downside. You get a new album, and it's like, hopefully this sounds good, and then it doesn't.
Yeah, well,
I'm just stream it.
Yeah. Well, that goes for used too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably more the new used than new.
Yeah. Either way, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Yeah. You got to almost read the reviews.
Yeah.
You could find reviews on what's it?
Discog or something.
Discog, yeah. You could look up any album just by the number on the side of it, and people tell you exactly what the hell all about. In fact, you can look up value, all that stuff.
Pretty much the value would tell you. Everybody already did the looking
true.
up.
Yeah, if it's like $50 or more for the album, it's probably in demand, and it's probably a pretty good album.
And then the really in demand stuff's like $500-$600 now. It's crazy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the stuff it's rarely rare. They only had one pressing 30 years ago, and that was it.
Yeah.
And that's it. They never made any more, never did. So whoever owns them, that's it. That's who owns them. There's no more anywhere, So yeah, some of the albums are up there.
I guess that's a con, So.
A pretty big one.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of hard to recommend to people to go out and buy this rare and possible to buy album.
Quite. But
that
they
sounds
will.
Great.
And someone's probably selling it, although some of them you can't even find them.
Yeah.
They don't even have them. That's why they're so expensive when they come up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I remember I was we had a picture up here earlier of a record store, and I remember we had got a lot of Revolver record stores opening around here. I guess it's a local chain, I'm assuming. I don't know look, but But they're popping up all over, little stores with them. And bottom line, it's really cool to be able to go in there and buy something used for $5-10, take it home and try it. It's not stupid expensive to try.
Well, yeah, with used stuff, it's not bad. You get stuff for a couple bucks, try it out.
So that's the fun part about it.
It's a totally different experience, yeah.
Well, that's I think that's what the draw is, and especially with the younger generation, they're like, this isn't streaming, this isn't digital.
It's like the opposite of streaming.
Yeah. I can't bring this with me.
It's like this is gonna be a hassle.
I have to be here in my room to listen to it.
This is not convenient.
Yeah. So anyway, hopefully that brings some insight into people about what we think about with vinyl and our setups, and I'll let you know how the tubes work out with the Evo when I get it. Let it break in and warm up and burn in the tubes. Put a few 100 hours on it.
Well, I know for me, it's like you got to like have a plan. Go in with a plan. Like I'm gonna play some vinyl today. You never just like do it casually. It's always like I'm gonna do it on purpose.
Well, even in solid state, like I gotta warm my amplifiers up before I go in and do it. At least an hour. There's a lot of mass there. Big heat sinks and stuff, and it's just cold amps sound cold, so you gotta warm them up. So at least an hour.
You gotta warm that turntable up.
Yeah. Yeah, let the motor spin for a little bit. I don't think I've ever heard a turntable warm up.
Well, the only thing that would have the oil warming up in the spindle or something.
Some of the higher end stuff I could see that though. That's true. Yeah, like the air bearing stuff.
Matters,
maybe.
Don't people say you need to do that?
Maybe.
Well, the cartridge has to break in for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mechanical device.
You wouldn't need to wear in the bearing or warm it up or anything?
I don't know.
I mean, I would maybe.
Seems plausible.
Maybe.
It might get more stable over time and then get less stable after it wears out.
It probably depends on the motor they're using. Yeah. Like you got a belt drive, like now you got a belt warming up.
Yeah.
versus a direct drive, which this thing's direct drive. It's just the motor's part
Yeah, it
of
probably
the
doesn't matter as
platter.
much.
Yeah, it's like an electric. It's like a Tesla.
Yeah, but all the EMF, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, that thing weighs 40 pounds. It's cast aluminum, is
Yeah,
it?
I think so.
Yeah, which it's pretty good. Well, it won't kill EMF. It won't kill the magnetic field. But I imagine those motors in there. I don't know what they do. Is there a bunch of small coils?
Yeah, yeah.
It probably does throw some, but it's funny, but it can't because the cartridge would pick it up, so they must
Yeah,
shield
it's
it.
it's like this far away from the motor.
Yeah,
Right.
They must have a steel
gotta do
top on it or
something.
something. Yeah, very tight field on it. I think they keep the field tight on it.
Clearly, they know the use case.
Yeah, they got it figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe they're feeding it DC. How does that work? I don't know. Anyway, enough of that.
Oh.
Yeah, vinyl. Try it. Everyone should try it, especially with a speaker system. But yeah, beware, you're going to have a problem with headphones because you got too much left-right going on. You know, it's not. You don't build up the space in the room like you do in a room with speakers. So, you know, it's not-
Crossfeed.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe try some CrossFit. Yeah. In fact, I got supposed to play with that. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Thumbs us up. Subscribe. Got more stuff coming.